Nerds, if you have been wanting to start a coaching business, I think that's a great idea, and I think it's going to help a lot of people. And if you've been stuck because you don't know exactly how to get started, I can help you with that. So what I want you to do is to go into the Notary Nerds University website, go to your library, and once you get inside your library, I want you to go to the spring cleaning special. Now, if you don't have the spring cleaning sale, you need to get it. It's only for the first 100 people. Earlier today, we had like about 30 of them left. So once you get inside, I want you to access the content and then head over to the drive. So that link to get to the drive is right there under the click here, right yonder, okay? Now, the folder you want to go to is the coaching folder, okay? So you've been contemplating coaching. People have been hitting you up in your DMs. You are the undisputed expert in what it is that you know, but you just haven't been able to figure out how to monetize that. You've been giving away a lot of information for free, spending a lot of time on the telephone with people, helping them try to figure out what it is that they're trying to figure out, and because you can't get the business model side of it together. Well, this is going to help you kind of clear up the noise, okay? Go into this coaching folder, and inside the coaching folder is a spreadsheet called Coaching Math, because what I want you to see first and foremost is what your opportunity is when it comes to coaching people. Now, this can be any industry, any discipline. The main thing is, and nowadays, in current days time, people have so many people saying, hey, buy this course for me. Hey, buy this boot camp for me. Hey, buy this for me. Hey, I can teach you that. That they are really overwhelmed with a whole bunch of marketing messages, more of the same. Buy my course, buy my thing, buy my thing. Where I think we're missing the mark as course creators is the opportunity to connect with people one-on-one. And so this is what this calculator is going to show you how to do, is to how to set up your pricing so that you can connect with people one-on-one. So let's go take a look at it. All right. So this spreadsheet, for lack of a better word, is called Coaching Math, okay? Now, at the bottom, you'll notice there's 3 tabs. There's one that says, how much do I charge? There's another one that says, how much can I make? And right now, it's got a whole bunch of, error messages on it. And then there's one that says March of 2023. So this master copy, I would like for you to just kind of leave that alone and then play with the March of 2023 version, okay? So how much can you charge? That's the first thing. Is this even a viable type of a business to get into? Once you get in it, is it sustainable? Well, we can set it up that way so long as you have a level of expertise that people want. Now, if you don't have that expertise, this is not going to work for you, right? But if you are already being sought out by colleagues or individuals who have seen you achieve something and they want a piece of that, then this is absolutely for you. You need to stick around and listen. Now, on the how much do I charge tab, there's a couple of ways you can determine how much to charge. The first and most important way is to think of the value that you are giving to the other person, okay? Think of the value. Are you saving them time? Is the time that they spend coaching with you going to save them a bunch of time and money? Well, how much time, how much money would you save them? Start to look at it from that point of view. Another point of view is also from how much people have been willing to pay you in the past. And this is a more scientific approach for those of you guys who kind of can't really zone in on a number. This is another way that you can use. So what you do is take all of your income for the previous year, the most recent year, and add that income up. Make that be any W-2 income and any 1099 income that you received. Because even if your W-2 income was, let's say, for working at Starbucks, okay, you know that somebody was willing to pay you at least that much money to work at Starbucks. You might not be coaching on Starbucks, but at the end of the day, this is a starting point to determine how much someone else is willing to pay you for your services. Now, clearly, you want a majority of this income to have been derived from that area of expertise, right? That makes you a better coach. So if I'm going to do this and I'm going to look at it from a serious point of view, I'm going to go and put in all of my income that is derived from the area of expertise, from my superpower, okay? So let's just say I made $200,000. Well, I'm in the view only mode because I am looking at this in the drive. What I'm going to do is hop out of the drive and look at it in my email, okay? So I'm going to hop into, here we are, same set of formulas or same spreadsheets, but I just had to get into the editable version. Okay, so let's just say I made $200,000 a year, right? So $200,000 a year, and let's just say I worked an average of 35 hours a week. Now, you will have to sit down and look at your calendar, or if you're a W-2 employee and you are some big project manager or you work for the state or whatever, you got a set number of hours you work, just put those hours in. And if you had a side hustle that you worked in addition to that, add those numbers to it. Being sure to add all your income as well from both of those sources. All right, so we've got average hours worked each week. How many weeks did you spend on vacation? Well, I took a couple of weeks off where I just kind of didn't do much, right? Let's just say that that was the case. Now that we've got those inputs in, the rest will calculate automatically for us. So as you can see here, our annual hours has been calculated, and the hourly coaching rate has been derived as a result of those annual hours, as well as our half-hour coaching rate. So that's what we're trying to get to. How much do we charge? And again, this is just one of many ways that you could use to determine your pricing. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's hop over to our March of 2023 formula or tab rather. Once we get over there, we can see what the opportunity looks like. And this is why I have you work off of this March of 2023 tab, because this master tab, you want to leave it alone because you might want to change your schedule and rearrange some things. And so that's why you want to have a master that you don't mess with. So what I mean by rearrange some things is, this is a complete schedule. This is like Monday through Friday, 8 until 7 p.m. You're coaching someone at the rate of $114.29 per hour, okay? Now, if you're like me and you would much rather have a less rushed, more impactful coaching session, then I would opt for a half-hour coaching session, especially to start. If you coach somebody for an hour, it's going to be difficult for them to figure out what it is specifically that they need to focus on when they get off of that call with you. And they just really need that one little piece of thing that they can go take action on. If you coach somebody for an hour, that might be a little bit difficult, right? Just depends on what you're coaching. Every situation is going to be different. But for me, I want to stick with the 30-minute coaching, because if you get too into the weeds with folks, they won't take any action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to March, and I'm going to change that formula by hitting the equal sign, hopping back over to the how much do I charge tab, and I'm going to click on the 30-minute rate instead of the hourly rate. So that's $57.14 for 30 minutes, and I'm going to hit enter. When I do that, it's going to automatically update my March 2023 tab with the new numbers, right? If you didn't catch the old numbers, let's look at them again. We've got the $57.14 is our new half hourly rate, and that results in a monthly coaching income of $13,000 and then an annual coaching income of $157,000, right? That's if I work Monday through Friday from 8 in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. I might not want to do that, right? Now let's go look at the numbers when I had it set up for the hourly coaching rate. So on the hourly coaching rate, $114.29 an hour. As you can see here, the monthly coaching income went up to $26,000 and the annual coaching income went up to $315,000. Now, it just depends on what you want to do as far as which rate you want to do, which types of sessions you want to do, a 30-minute session versus an hour session. You come up with that on your own based on what you know you can do and what your clientele would be able to benefit from the most, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and, like I say, stick with the half hour. So I'm going to go back, hit that equal sign, go back to the how much do I charge tab, click on the $57.14 and hit enter. So I'm going to stick with this. Now here's the other reason why I have you work off of this March 2023 tab. Because if you're like me, you don't want to wake up and then 8 o'clock in the morning start coaching, okay? And if you're really like me, you don't want to work at all on Monday. So here's what I typically find myself doing to my calendar is I block off my Mondays. And so what that looks like for me is I'm going to come to all of the Mondays and I'm going to just delete all of those sessions out, because guess what? I don't work on Mondays, and that's just the way it rolls for me. Mondays is an admin day. I need that day to get all of my appointments done. I need that day to get my paperwork and mail and emails and all of those things addressed That's what my Monday is for. So I can't crowd my Monday calendar up with a bunch of coaching sessions. That's not going to make for a healthy business owner. Okay. And that's what I know about myself. So the other thing I know about myself is that I'm not a morning person. I don't take an appointment, and I have not taken an appointment before 10 o'clock on purpose since 2011. Okay. When I became self-employed, I made a point to say, hey, look, I don't do anything of significance before 10 o'clock. Okay. My first appointment, 10 or 11 o'clock, right? In other words, that's something that you can determine for yourself. Now, what does that look like? Well, that looks like I'm going to have less money. Okay. Because that means I don't get those early appointments in, and those people who want to meet with me early can't really do that. So I'm losing those. But if that's what works for me, that's what works for me. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get out of the way all of my 8 and my 9 o'clock appointments, because I really want to see what the opportunity really looks like in a best case scenario for me as a coach when it comes to sustainability and long term. Could I do this long term? What would my schedule look like? So far and so on. Okay, so now that we have it here, we've got no Mondays. All of the Mondays have been eliminated, right? And then we've got no appointments before 10 o'clock, okay? What is my income potential? Well, look, if I work that schedule, which is not a bad schedule, okay? And let's see here. Let me see. What does Friday look like? Friday, I would be working. Okay, so I would be working from 10 until 7, Monday through Friday, right? And honestly, I really don't like working that much on Friday. So let me go ahead and just, I don't want to work on Friday at all. Let's just get rid of Friday. This is, again, while you're working on the March tab, because that way you can go in here and play around with your numbers to see what coaching model, hour coaching or half hour coaching makes sense for you. Okay, so I got rid of all my Fridays, almost. Oh, here's some more. So at this point, I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, okay, from 10 in the morning until 7 in the evening. And then I've gotten rid of just about all of my Fridays because I want Fridays off for whatever reason. And now I want to sit back and look and see, hey, is this going to work? Does this make sense? Okay? And as I look at it, I'm not mad at this. Like, I am completely okay with this. There's one thing to be like super greedy and go after all the money. You're going to be super stressed out, and the people that you're trying to help may or may not have the best experience. But when you use this calculator and you kind of start to craft your own situation, you can really start to see that coaching is definitely something you can do on your own time and still make a really good amount of money from your computer, talking to people, helping them navigate whatever the problem is that they're having, the area of expertise that you bring to the table that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can help them with, right? So this is how the calculator works. I've just added it to the NNU archive drive. For those of you guys who do not have the spring cleaning special yet, definitely get that, because you guys are going to be the first ones to be actually able to schedule a coaching session with me. I would love to talk with you more about you starting your own coaching business and seeing how you will use this calculator in order to determine which model that you're going to go with. Are you going to go with a half hour? Are you going to go with an hour? What area of expertise should you focus in as far as your coaching is concerned, and all of the things. So what you need to do in order to make that happen is to go into that same spring cleaning folder. When you get the special, go into your coaching folder and then schedule a coaching session just by clicking on the document that says schedule a coaching session, and then click there at the word here to book your appointment. And then you and I can sit down and talk a little bit more about what your coaching math is going to look like as you start your coaching business. Look forward to talking with you. Talk with you soon. Peace.